We're back.
And we're back.
We're live.
We're not live.
We're live right now.
No, you're definitely live because you're 300 miles away and I can hear everything you're saying like right after you say it.
That's
It's
awesome.
Live. It's live.
Live. What's going on
What are you guys
tonight?
doing?
Saying warm.
Hanging out, being cold.
It is cold out there. Goodness.
What happened? It was so nice there for a minute.
Yeah.
It's supposed to get better tomorrow.
Yes.
It's not really. It can't get worse.
We've been blessed with so many nice days in a row. We got spoiled.
Yeah.
Blessing and spoiling.
I
Right.
want to go back to being blessed.
Yeah. Tomorrow. Just wait till
I
tomorrow.
like being blessed way better.
Oh yeah.
So what have you been working on your cars?
Oh, wrong side.
Nice.
It has wheels on it again.
Looks like a slick. Looks like a Mickey Thompson.
That's a little baby slick. That's all I need.
Looks like a little baby Mickey Thompson on a matching wheel as your other wheels instead of on the Steelies. I'm so excited.
It only took me I got to think about it. Including the Pro Stars that you brought that I put on to put my slicks on.
Yeah.
It only took 4 sets of wheels before I found what I needed. And
turns out
all
it was
because
exactly
I just wanted
what you
a
already
10-inch.
had.
Yeah, all because I wanted a 10-inch wide wheel. That really doesn't make a difference on this with this tire. So yeah, we're good.
You got a point.
Yeah. I sent you guys pictures of the 10-inch wide wheel with the slick and the 8-inch wide wheel with the slick, and it's virtually the same. All we got to do is roll these fenders.
So 10 inches is the same. 8 inches is virtually the same as 10 inches.
I mean, sure.
Virtually.
Okay. I'm going to roll with it.
I mean, in my situation, it's virtually the same.
Yeah.
Can't tell any difference.
Same here.
No.
Same here. No difference. I can't see it.
We got to move on because that's going to lead to some way weirder conversations than we want to talk about. Here.
Not allowed. I don't know what you're
Speaking
thinking about
of the weather.
What have you been working on, Fro? I think rumor has it you did a bunch of driving in the Fairlane.
I did. I did a bunch of driving this weekend in Fairlane, and it's good. I drove it to NHRA chassis certification day over at Hot Rod Central. Hung out there for the day, saw some cool cars. I got to hang out with Bo. That's always good. I took a whole bunch of stuff in my trunk to give to Bo, and I promptly took it back home.
Oh my!
Ooh, just kept it all up in the trunk.
I don't know, man. It was.
This show's gonna suck. We gotta stop. We gotta stop every conversation because we're mentally 14.
Right.
All right.
I think you're giving us some credit.
Well,
anyway. Maybe 12. But going to chassis certification day, I did get to see some cool cars. Let's go ahead and bring those up.
Bringing them up. Ka-chow.
John, identify that car.
Orange.
Okie Twister, duh.
It's the Okie Twister 2.
Part
moron.
Moron.
My fault for being stupid. That is a 51 Henry J.
With a 37-inch wheelbase.
Yeah, it's
I bet that thing is a handful. Like, I don't know how fast it is, but that has to be a handful. Like, there's no wheelbase. Funny story inbound.
I actually spent some time talking to this guy. Really nice guy, probably 70s. He said as long as he does not leave in the boost, that car is arrow straight. He does not have to. It's a minimal amount of input.
Huh.
He said if he leaves in the boost, it's anybody's guess where that car's going.
I like to live dangerously.
Yeah.
Hey, no wheelie bar on that deal though.
No wheelie bar.
Huh.
Yeah.
Again,
said,
he
"Nah."
said as long as
I was like, Fro, he took the wheelie bar off just to put it up on this trailer. Turns out I was wrong.
So this guy was this is his second Henry J. The first one was apparently a little more of a handful to drive because he wadded it up.
Nice.
And it was about an 850 car. This car, he said it runs about 9s. That way he can keep it together and keep it going straight down the track. Gentleman who owns this, this is a typical hot rodding. Didn't catch his actual name. He goes by Hooley. He is a land speed racer. He was one of the, I immediately zoned in on him when we pulled up because he had his red 200-mile-an-hour hat on. So I got to talk to him a little bit about that. He actually runs a 1953 Studebaker that's stretched about 2 feet. And I asked him if he was planning on doing any racing soon. He said the record he's going after is 290 miles an hour. He has already gone 254 on the salt.
So when Fro told me this, because he had spoke to the gentleman before I got there, he was like, yeah, that guy over there with the red hat. And I looked over and I go, oh man, crazy. I said, where's the wheelbarrow at? Fro looks at me and goes, what do you mean? I said, carry all that extra stuff you got to have to do that.
Yeah.
Where's the wheelbarrow?
Well, I mean, look at this car.
Yeah,
You have
exactly.
to have a wheelbarrow full to do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, there's a passenger seat in there just for the cojones.
I still can't believe there's no wheelie bar. Anyway, moving on. Sorry.
Next.
Next.
Bored.
1963 Corvette, runs 6s.
That's the best year Corvette.
It is the best year Corvette.
Best year of all Corvettes. 63 is the best year Corvette.
Firebird, I'm not going to take a stab at what year it is because it's I never get it right on the year on Firebirds.
You can just say first gen.
First gen.
That narrows
It's a
it
beautiful specimen too. I love it.
It's work
rubber
in progress.
ducky-ish.
Yeah, I would. But he was there. He was one of those guys. He went over, did all the work, comes back. I believe it was his dad who owns the 63 Vet. His dad said, so what did it certify to? And he goes, I don't remember. It's not going to go that fast anyway. So he had all the certification done, had no idea what he was certified for. Seemed like a really nice group of guys. It seemed like they were really just there to have a good time.
Yeah, what this whole thing is about. They better be there to have a good time.
He did fire this thing up and drive it across the street. It is rowdy.
Rowdy. Looks cool.
I like it.
I like it.
I'm a fan.
Big fan.
Big fan. Swing.
This car, Larry Jeffers chassis. The date code on it showed to be like an 05. This guy's been putting this car together. He needed, of course, recertified. I've got a bunch of pictures of this car because every time I turned around, there was something new that caught my attention. Yes.
There's the red hat guy that needs a wheelbarrow with Oki Twister too.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Sorry. Not sorry. I'm not sorry for pointing out what I see.
Yeah.
All right. Back to the car.
So this car is going to be running like No Prep Kings 10.5 Outlaw class or 10.5 class, whichever class they just put into place. And he said as he read down the rules and got to looking at everything, he said basically this car was built for that category. He said unintentionally, it just falls into every nook and cranny that they engineered into the rules.
Bonus.
And it looks fast.
Yeah, it definitely looks fast.
It has all of the ingredients to be fast.
Appears so. Yeah.
Spindle mount front wheels, that's what kind of threw me off at first, because you still expect to see at least lug nuts on that.
Yeah.
No,
Now, you expect to see a strut front end.
not a
Spindle
chassis
mount.
car.
Yeah.
True.
Shizzle.
He does have a dash. It Zeus's right back in.
Nice.
I had to get a picture of the voltmeter in the back bumper. Car is basically built to do what it does. The lower half of the quarter panels are Zeused on so that it makes tire changes easier.
I get it.
And of course, had to get a front end shot. Big block car. Very, very pretty car. All steel. Even had the factory headliner still in it.
Whoa.
Coach
Little,
out.
67 Camaro.
Clay Cole's car.
Clay
Love
Cole's
it.
car.
Dusty Frazier built motor.
Explains the sticker on the windshield.
Says it on the windshield. And if you guys could see my pointer, I'm okay. Not anymore.
Sorry,
Anyway.
skipping right ahead.
Nobody could see it anyway. I was just, whatever.
Nice car, solid car. Again, this one looks like a driver. This one looks like a car you could take to get ice cream, take to the movies, whatever.
Looks like
I'm willing to
street car
bet.
stuff.
Willing to bet it's pretty stout.
I know it's pretty stout.
Yeah. I've heard tell that it's a quick one.
Yeah.
This one, little Econoline truck. Shortest drive shaft I've ever seen in my life. Motor's mounted about halfway behind the seats. I wish I'd have got a better shot. I swear that drive shaft can't be more than 10 inches long.
That's what she said.
Basically 8.
Basically 8.
Virtually no difference. Hey.
Right.
Yeah, this show's going to hell tonight. We're good.
Sorry. I wanted to say it the first time and I didn't. And you said it again. You can't do that to me.
Oh, goodness. Bo, you got a chance to see this thing run?
Yeah, I watched it. So after the NHRA cert, I took the family to Mocan for some fun drag stuff. And we got to watch this truck make a pass. And I have a video of it. And I failed to send it to myself to show everybody. But it ran good. It ran 1150. I mean,
It looks like it would be on the bumper.
I don't know what kind of tune-up he had in it, or if he was just there doing like a shakedown run, because he only made one pass and then left. Or
Had to go clean his pants after that.
It was. I'll have to send you the video. I mean, I thought I did. Did I send you the video of this truck making a pass?
No.
I think I have I think you sent it to me.
I sent it to you, hoping you'd put it on the show, but that's a different conversation. It's pretty uneventful. I mean, it left decent and motored right down the track. I mean, and Fro made the comment too. He's like, "Man, I figured it'd be faster." I was like, "It's pretty fast."
Yeah.
150's
I mean,
not slow.
You
It's
rode
not
in
slow.
you rode in a cab over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It'd be
it's a
weird.
little- It's a little like sketch feeling. Like imagine an 1150 pass in a cab over.
Yeah.
That sounds. Woo. It'd be a little exciting.
Yeah. For sure.
It definitely would be that.
What do you think that thing weighs? I mean, we don't know. We don't have an answer. Just what do you think?
2750, Bob.
2750?
Yeah. I don't know.
I was
3,400
thinking
pounds.
Yeah. I was in the 25 range personally, but I have no idea. All right,
I
moving
don't
on.
know. It depends on how much he cut out of it. He may have cut out enough that it's in the 2,700 pound range.
True. Moving on, John's dream car.
Big Taya.
Big tire, third gen. Look at her glow. Ooh. Double stack.
It's your flavor.
Yeah.
I didn't even know
Double
you could fit a
stack.
big block in those cars.
Double stack with a airflow lid. That is nice.
It's got all the filtre.
I like it. Not gonna lie.
Basically stock interior. It looks fun.
Money. Money, money, money.
And then, of course, Tom had his S10 out there. Very patriotic rap on this truck. He takes this thing to, what is it, Pro Street Nationals in DuQuoin.
Hey, he never fails to show off leaving Hot Rod Central.
He
Really?
never fails.
He pulled out and stopped it was a green light and there was cars coming. He stopped and like cars had to stop behind him, and then he tore on out of there blowing tires off.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He didn't give a crap. The truck is
No
awesome.
craps were given that day.
Yeah. And that's a 9-second truck too that he drives around.
That's a
all the
9-second
time.
truck.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
You didn't put no Devon pictures?
No, I actually dropped the ball on that one.
No, it doesn't matter. So the NHRA cert guy was cool enough to come over to Devon's shop. Devon's out of town, monster trucking. So I let him in to cert Devon's car, which took all of about 9 minutes.
If that.
Yeah. Sort of no problem.
Cool.
But it's weird seeing Devon's car off the lift and on the
It
ground.
really is.
That's why.
Oh, wow.
That's the only
On the
reason I took
ground?
pictures.
I know.
That's cool.
I will have to save those and put those onto the next show just to let everybody see. Because I don't think anybody's seen it off the lift yet.
No, probably not. It's the first time he's seen it off the lift.
This is true. All right. So one of the things we wanted to cover on this episode is how the season never ends. Like we talk about there being an off season. There really is no off season when it comes to this stuff. We have kind of compiled some lists. I don't know if Bo, did you put a list together on what you planned for the year?
No, I don't need to.
Okay.
He don't need to. He's got it all up here.
Still trapped right here.
Still
Well, and I got it.
Plus, I'm just going to wait until you guys say your list first, and then I'm going to pick from that. That way, I don't have to do any homework.
I bet I did most of your homework for you.
I bet you did.
I
I feel like me and you got pretty much the same list.
So let's break into this and find out.
Boom. Here. So we talked about it never ends. And I wanted to point out it never ends no matter where you're at. These are streetcar takeover events. Did I snip the wrong year? Did I snip last year?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Those
Why?
don't line up with what's in my head.
We'll have to double check them.
But no, I didn't, because there's Flying H right there.
Flying H,
That didn't exist last year.
Nope.
But if you look at this, like Flying H, that's a drive away from y'all. Thunder Valley, Bristol, that's a long drive for me, but it's a drive. Thunder Valley, that's drive over there and watch racing. Enos, Texas, that's there's a lot of stuff within a drive of y'all's house or my house. And these are all really cool events, right?
Oh,
Right.
You could February, April, May, June, July. August is so hot, everybody just go to the pool or the creek. September, October. It's constant.
Hey, kind of on the same subject, off subject. Did you see where Kyle Loftus from 1320? You see what he posted about the Texas 2K thing right now? That just happened this weekend. I guess the cops really put it to the racers this year.
Really?
Yeah, I guess he on his post he made, there were 6 or 8 cops at like the Buc-ee's. So when all the cars came rolling in to visit Buc-ee's, they just start handing out tickets. Loud, modified exhaust or no, license plate.
Really?
What, or no front license plate, or I guess they were just nailing people for everything. Just sitting right there by where they were at, just grilling people.
That's
like they were giving them tickets for the drag radials. They're saying they were
really
non-DOT tires, even though they are. Yeah, I mean, I guess they were just now he's worried that nobody's going to come back to that one at that location. Yeah, pretty bad deal.
Yeah.
I feel like those events bring in a lot of money for cities. Big events like that. At least for hotels and gas stations with E85.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing a lot of people bought tacos and beer too.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
On. No, they're really cool events to go to. Pick one. Go. I dare you. All right. So we're all a little bit into drag and drives. Right now, there are 35 events. Not all of them are attainable. I pared it down to the list of ones that were attainable / would attend. I'm registered for 2 and sitting at the top of the wait list for one of them. I'd really love to do all the rest, even if I was just a sick ward guy. Sick week, that's already over. I'd have loved to have been sick ward guy there because that's some really cool cars just to watch.
Yeah.
The circuit, we're all signed up for that deal. Cruise and Lose, I-29 Dragway, super close. King of the Open Road, Thunder Valley in April. Sick Summer, who wouldn't want to go to that? Big Sky Race Week. I don't know why, but that one sounds really interesting to me.
As someone who has spent some quality time in Montana,
I wasn't going to say it.
Yeah.
Be ready for a drive because you drive across 3 states and
you're still in Montana.
And then you drive across Montana.
Yeah. I accidentally went to Montana one day when we were riding on a trip. We were in Sturgis and we ended up in Montana. And I'm like, oh, well, this road, it should go south again here in a minute. And like 3 hours later, it did. But that was a trip. But yeah, it was pretty. The sky was huge.
Yeah.
It's not just a clever name.
Country for nothing.
Rocky Mountain Race Week, starting in Tulsa. Really hard not to go to that. It's all in like what we would consider the area. Sitting at the top of the wait list for that deal. Midwest Drags. It's in a good spot. Cruise around Kentucky in July. Sweat your cojones off. Heads Up Hustle, Nostalgia Nights, Hot Rod Drag Week. That's fun to go watch. If you've never went to watch Hot Rod Drag Week, you should do that.
I didn't know this was the 20th anniversary.
Yeah, turns out.
That's wild.
It is wild. Bet it makes people feel old. Race Week, the Race Week Part 2. Did not sign up for that, even though it's I could have jumped in on that because of being grandfathered in or whatever. passed that up because of the one later in the list. One guy's garage drag weekend. That looked like a pretty cool deal. It's pretty close, not to you, but to me. 666 full on signed up for that deal. That's the one that bumped me out of being able to go to race week. It's October 11th through the 18th, and I couldn't justify a week off in September and then a week off in October. That seemed a little excessive. And then Southeast Street and E. Those are ones that any one of us could go do that. Probably half the people we know could go sign up for one of those with one of the cars in their garage.
If I want to do King of the Road really bad. I have for the past couple of years, but it's the weekend after the circuit this year.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I would be okayed for that via my work. Well, my work, I could probably get away with it. But I don't know if my wife,
a streetcar takeover event. What is the circuit is April 19th through the 21st.
Yeah.
And then April 26th to the 28th, streetcar takeover in Kansas City. I want to go to that. I don't know if I can. That's 2 weekends in a row doing race car stuff.
Well, I mentioned I took my whole family to the racetrack last weekend, and I didn't know how they were going to enjoy it or how they were going to respond. Turns out they all loved it. They all had a blast.
Well, imagine how much more of a blast they would have at streetcar takeover.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it was to the point where my daughter was hugging me, going, "I'm having a wonder." She goes, "Dad, I'm having a wonderful time." I was like, "Okay." She's like, "I love today. This is the best day ever," and blah blah blah. And then she's like, "You know what would make this more fun, Dad?" And I said, "What's that?" She goes, "If you were racing your car." I said, "You're telling me." I agree. And then it got the point where even my wife was like, "Hey, so what do you got to get done to get this deal out here racing?" I'm like, "Well,
yeah,
just got to get back in the garage." You know what I mean? But anyway, so what I was getting at was I could probably take my family to that one the next weekend after the circuit.
Do it. I dare you.
Yeah, we probably will. Now that I know the family's cool with it.
So that's
I do got a question though.
Question number 2.
Events like 666.
Yeah.
Of course, you're starting at Ozark Raceway Park, and that's coming really close to home because it's coming straight through Mocan Dragway and Tulsa Raceway Park. Oh, How would your family feel? Like, I know how your family feels, Doherty, but how would your family feel after like 5-6 days on the road and ending up in Albuquerque?
Oh, I don't know that my family would want to do a drag and drive with me, but if I just take them to an event to go watch for a day, that'd be totally cool with that. Because, we'll be in Kansas City, right?
Right.
So we'll just stay in Kansas City and I'll have to find a hotel with like a pool or something.
Yeah.
For at the end of the day. And I'm cool with that too.
Yeah.
I'll beach up in a pool somewhere and have fun.
For sure. Like I say, those are drag and drives that you could fill a whole year. You would have to have like a whole fleet of cars though, because you're just going to tear one up if you try to do more than I got 3 on the books, and I'm probably going to kill myself on those.
Yeah, you got some work to get done before you do the first one even.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. It'll be fine. I got plenty of time.
It'll be fine. It'll work.
Like 4 weeks. NPK events. I think these are pretty cool to go to. I've been to a couple. It don't look like it matters where you live. There's one to go to. There are 4 that are within a couple hours of either me or you.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised I didn't have one back in Tulsa this year.
I am too, because Tulsa's pretty banging.
Yeah.
Beach Bend, Cordova, XRP. I would like to go to that. But that's far for me. It's close for you.
Can you pronounce the name of that one in Airway Heights, Washington there, John?
Quilipse.
Really?
Culips. Clippy. Culippy.
You sounded so confident when the very first time I was like, "Oh, he knew it." It's weird.
Yeah.
Turns out you were full of it.
It's like Gillespie.
I'm not sure what it says myself.
The P
so
is
I'm not making
silent.
fun of it.
The L is silent. The P is in there for sure. Whatever it is, there's the Q and the P are just the QP.
Quispy.
Yeah. I didn't name it.
All right.
Anyway.
We sound ridiculous.
There's plenty of these
Moving
deals
on.
to go to. And they're adding enough stuff to them. I think they got enough gap filler now that you can actually watch one in person and it'd be just as exciting as watching it on TV. And then later on, you get to go home, watch it on TV, your hands full of Cheeto dust.
Yes. My favorite.
Here's a few, not in any of those categories, but also cool. Ice cream cruise. Really want to do that. That's the 1320 deal in Iowa. That's their banger of a weekend that usually puts them out of being able to attend race week. I didn't do very good punctuation here. I should have did that. Wheel stand competition in Byron, Illinois. I didn't see an exact date. It's October-ish. Really love to go watch that deal. I've always wanted to, just because dang, it looks so exciting watching those guys beat.
I have always wanted to go to that wheel stand competition.
Let's go. Write it down. Make it so. Havlic's fastest streetcar shootout tribute race in Iowa in August. I think Fro already set that in stone. So that's going to have to go. But I really want to go watch that because there's going to be a lot of cool cars there, fast cars there, guys that we all know. SEMA is 10:31 to 11:03. So if anybody sees a good event during that time period, let me know because that one's going to suck. And then PRI is in December. It's evidently the only thing to do in December.
We're going to PRI though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Write that down.
We've already been promised, a spot. We've got the invite, and it's on promises. It's on the internets. It's on the interwebs.
Yeah, and everything there is real.
Well, we'll hold it against him, and he knows who we're talking about.
Yeah,
he knows.
Not all will hold against him.
It's weird because I have SEMA on my list as well, but I have different dates.
Really? I probably got it wrong because that's how little I cared about it.
Okay.
I would still. Hey, we joke a lot about SEMA being junk. I would still like to go to SEMA.
I would too. I would for sure be trying to find those SEMA oopses that people talk about where they like didn't actually weld a roll cage in or
Bluetooth drive shaft.
Bluetooth drive shafts. I'd be counting the Bluetooth drive shafts. That'd be my SEMA trip. Anyway, that's all the garb that I could think of. And like every day there's something else that just proves that it's a different time. Hey, you think back just a few years ago, there wasn't near this much.
No.
I mean, I don't know if it's an awareness thing. I don't think it is, but I don't think there was a whole page of streetcar takeover events that were happening like multiple times a month. NPK wasn't even a thing. I mean, you could have went to all the NHRA races you wanted to, but that's pretty well a set schedule and NHRA. There's nothing wrong with that. But
go watch those too.
Huh?
I think we've all broadened our horizons a little bit because if you'd asked us 20 years ago, I think we all would have said any event that's out of state isn't really worth the time and effort.
Only because we didn't have the cars to go do it.
It's true.
Yeah, we did.
Actually, I may have. That's probably the only time I've had the cars to go do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That would have been way better for me. But
20 years ago, we were still ordering. Well, no, 25 years ago, we were still ordering however many tacos, $13 will get us at Taco
Tico?
Maya,
Oh,
Taco Tico.
a lot.
Yeah,
29 cents a taco.
let's all go in on dinner. Who's got a couple bucks?
They were 32 cents after tax. I only know this because I work there.
We have $13.50. However many tacos that'll give us, that's how many we want.
Like 300 tacos.
Yeah.
And then somebody else had $13.50, and that was a 30-pack of Miller Genuine Draft.
Yeah, 2 30-packs. No, back then it was a big deal to go to Midnight Drags in Tulsa.
And
Exactly.
I mean, we never even went to Thunder Valley to race we went for events to go watch racing sometimes, I guess, but never to go run our own cars.
and a box of Natural Light was actually $10.89.
Yeah, it fit on your tank perfect.
If you're from Oklahoma, that's how you accidentally start a party. Bo, are you gonna kind of roll off of what John had, or?
I mean, that makes the most sense. There was no, and I joke, but there I thought about this. John's list is probably better than what I would have come up with, but everything that I would want to attend, literally on that list. I don't want to, bore anybody any longer than I have to.
Like, to bore anybody further, I will. Go ahead, John. I'm doing it.
Go ahead, John.
There's literally, like, the tracks around y'all, the tracks around up here. Here, a month from now, there's crap every weekend that.
John, I think you're missing your calling, man. I think you need to be a promoter.
A promoter.
Like, I'm super tired, but right now I'm getting pumped up wanting to go drag race. I want to go watch.
I promote fun having. I'm not good at a lot, but I'm semi-pro at having a good time.
Yeah, we've established we are semi-pro.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, like, there's stuff every weekend. It's hard. It's hard to refrain from going and doing fun stuff every weekend. I want to go to the Saturday night street race deal it's like a no prep every weekend at one of the tracks up here. That's cool stuff.
Hey, to say it before Fro does,
even tell you that.
To say it before Fro does,
yeah,
it'd be easier for you. Your children's are growing up. A little bit more difficult for us fellas that still got young ones at home.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I got kids that I can tell, hey, why don't you go throw that car on the trailer? I'm going to be home in 30 and I want to go to the track.
Yeah.
It's difficult for me just to do this podcast. Are you kidding?
It's okay. It's okay.
So my events lean more towards the car show type of events.
Yeah.
No way.
What?
I know.
No way.
Hard to believe.
Hey, Bo, will you send me a text and wake me up in 15 minutes?
Just set a timer.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Hey, Siri. No, just joking.
Sorry. And this is why he hates me.
Oh, no, I have several other reasons.
On the list.
So just running down like what I would do this year if there were no problems, no
limitations,
hurdles to get across. I know I've talked about it before on the show, but Triple Crown of Rotting, which is going to be in Nashville in September. I still want to go to that. That looks like a huge show, and all kinds of promotions. Go online, look that up. LS Fest, Texas. I would like to go to LS Fest, Texas. That's May 17th and 18th. That's at Texas Super Speedway.
I'd like to do that. That'd be fun.
I think it's Texas Super Speedway. I'd have to look it up.
I want to put that one on my list too.
Woodward Dream Cruise. I would love to go do the Woodward Dream Cruise. Roadkill Nights is usually somewhere before that.
See, but you said a magic word in that title. Cruise.
Cruise.
That makes me want to be there.
I like to cruise it.
but it's also, you got a little bit of drag racing. You got a little bit of road racing. You've got, I want to go ride in one of the drift experiences. I like, it looks fun to me. It looks like there's a lot for me to do.
I've done that. I don't need to do that anymore. I got a little bit car sick.
I'm fine with it if I'm driving.
Yeah.
If I'm doing it, I'm cool with it.
I say I'm fine with it if I'm driving, but I can't do for like fast go-karts on a big track for more than like 1 or 2 laps.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm out, or I'll be. Carry on.
Something that's probably a little less popular with you guys, cruising the coast. Cruising the coast, like a week-long event down around Biloxi. Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you again, but I've noticed that your list has mildly changed since you have a running, driving car now that you're happy with.
Yeah.
It mainly went from
Bingo.
shows to cruises.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm liking it. I'm liking
Cruises.
that.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Well, and we've all talked about wanting to do Woodward Dream Cruise. That's
Yes.
that's Detroit. That's a long drive. That's
Hey, this year when you come up for Street Machine Nationals, bring the Fairlane and just cruise the loop the whole time.
I don't think they want my low horsepower junk running around that loop.
They don't know. It
They
sounds
don't-
like a Mustang. You never know.
They
If it's got
don't-
212.
They don't know about your
or
junk. Yeah. They don't know your junk prowess in that car. It might sound like big junk.
Moving on. SEMA.
SEMA.
SEMA, I'm showing November 5th to the 11th, but I've always wanted to go to SEMA. PRI, of course, I want to go to PRI with you guys.
Guys, we're going to PRI.
Yeah.
Did you guys
I know.
hear me? We're going.
I know.
It's
I'm
like
just
I've already asked
agreeing with
off. I've already asked off for work. We're going.
It's funny enough, I'm already pretty much cleared for the rest of the year. So I'm good.
Pro cleared his schedule.
My schedule just cleared up. It's weird.
Just wide open.
Wide open.
I can just do whatever I want. Something I've wanted to do for a while. The NASCAR experience. Like the Richard Petty experience or something like that.
I wonder if
I
I
was
would
looking
throw up
that
on
up.
that deal.
Huh?
I wonder if I would throw up on that because it looks really fun. I want to do that, but I'm afraid I'll get sick on that deal.
Well, and there are several options that you can take on that.
Yeah.
So something in my price range. You can do a ride along for 3 laps. John has no head.
There he goes.
So,
Perfect.
that's awesome. You can do a ride along for 3 laps, $220. You can also go out there and drive for 4 10-lap sessions for the budget cost of $4,500.
Oh wow, that's more than I expected. But it's also 40 laps. What is going
That's what
on?
I'm saying. 40 laps is pretty good.
John, you there? Oh, there you are. Okay.
The other half of his body just went to go get a beer. So the rest of my stuff really doesn't have. Well, I take that back. I got one more that has a date to it. Especially after talking to Mr. Hooley this weekend. Like Bonneville sounds awesome to me, and Bonneville's August 3rd through the 9th. He did give me some helpful hints, like learn to put sunscreen on the lower bits of yourself, because apparently the salt reflects the sun directly up to your chin.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that.
And I didn't either. And he said, oddly enough, if you're wearing shorts, there's other places you need to put sunscreen as well.
Well, I mean, it's like at the beach. You can sit under one of them umbrellas on the beach and burn your tail off in the shade because it's just reflecting on you. Crazy like.
The rest of what I have, no real date tied to these. The Peterson Auto Museum, I would love to go to the Peterson. That's in Los Angeles. Route 66. I want to drive all of Route 66. I want to give that a shot. We're gonna do a big chunk of that during 666.
It's gonna be sick.
It's gonna be sick. I think, John, you're probably gonna have to exit completely and then come right back in order to get your screen fixed correctly. And I don't know if you want to do that for the rest of the show.
I don't know how.
I'll kick you off if you want me to.
And then you'll go right back to the email and click back in.
Oh no, yeah, he's got to rejoin completely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I like the idea of driving, 66, but man, that will take some time. You'd have to have some time off of work for that deal.
You are correct. And that's that's the part that's kind of difficult for people like you and me. We're in the dead center.
Yeah.
So like we would have to first drive to Chicago or LA.
Coming
then-
back. Okay.
And then work our way back through.
Yeah.
But
Or
no,
if you want to get real fancy, you could ship your car out there and have it waiting on you, and you know what I mean, and start. But whatever.
now I do have a question though. Do you think that since they have those NASCAR experiences out there, do they do an NHRA experience?
I know they have dragsters that are two-seaters.
Proud American Motorsports does that.
Yeah, but I don't know about like setting you in a dragster and letting you race it for $4,500 or make a pass.
I'm very curious about that.
Yeah. Hey, there you go.
Got my whole head back.
I was thinking the whole time, I'm half the man I used to be, but
I was pretty, I think 95%. I just had this one
I didn't
ear.
say because it was less than half. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, but I wouldn't mind doubling up in a dragster and letting someone make it, make a pass with me in there. I think that'd be kind of fun.
I went over and looked at the Proud American Motorsports 2-seater dragster and the 3-seater dragster that they have. I was worried that it wasn't going to fit me. There's plenty of room in that car.
Really?
Plenty of room in that car.
Well, I mean, they got to market that towards their target audience, and their target audience is a pretty big target in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally.
Mainly 2X and 3X.
Yeah.
Like 2X is the most common.
Yeah, probably 2X is most common. That's the most shirts they would sell us.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
For sure. They're going to be sold out in those deals.
Now, while I was going through some of the events that I wanted to go to, it kind of occurred to me, like there's a lot of cool stuff that I've actually already had a chance to do. I did the power tour with John. I did race week with Bo. Got to go to Ford Fest last year. Back in our traveling days, Bo and I hit several shops all across the United States. Just to walk in, do a tour of the shop, something like that. That was awesome. I got stuck in Escondido, California at one point for an event they call Cruising Grand, which everybody's out on Grand Avenue showing their cars. It was
if you stick around, they have a cackle fest at the end of that too, right there on the strip.
Bring out all the nitro cars and fire them up. It is, and they do that about sundown, and it is.
Hot Rods and Custom Stuff is also in Escondido.
Hot Rods and Custom Stuff.
It's a very cool shop. Old school
shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
the list starts to pare down a little bit once you knock off the stuff that you've done.
It does, and you know, Power Tour is coming up in June, just like usual. I believe this is an anniversary edition of Power Tour as well.
Really?
I had a great time when I went on that one, and I'd love to do it again. I've probably hit 30 different Power Tour stops over the years, and you know, it always seems like a good time. It always seems like everybody's having fun. Now, if you ever sign up for the Power Tour Facebook page, like, don't listen to those guys. They're going to tell you every negative thing about what's going on.
It takes forever to get in the venue.
Are there negative things?
Your car's going to overheat. Bro's going to flip his shit. John's going to sit in a lawn chair and watch him. That's what you're going to see.
That is what
all of that's true.
Welcome
but
to
it's going to be a good time the whole time.
And that's the thing. You can go through, you can come up with bad stuff. Getting into Darlington sucked really bad. We were on the verge of overheating. So was everybody else. And you know, there were those Hellcat guys running blocker to get their Hellcat buddies in.
Yeah.
Atlanta Motor Speedway, I took a walk to go get a drink at a convenience store and almost died. Because turns out that's like a 3-mile walk.
Raging liberal, but you met him.
Who?
Easy. Somebody spotted me over at the convenience store and said, "Man, did you just come over from the venue?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Dude, just get on the tailgate. Like, you're not gonna make it."
No. Yeah.
You're gonna die.
You must have
identified the problem and proposed a solution, and thank God, because otherwise I'd had to take Fro home in a box.
Yeah,
that would have smelled bad.
Yeah,
it was hot.
You know, we overheated. We did fine getting into Bowling Green because we drove in with the hood up. Ruined a perfectly good photo opportunity, but it was awesome. We overheated pulling into Chattanooga. I don't think we overheated pulling into Hoover, and I think that's the only place we didn't we didn't overheat in North Carolina because we stayed there overnight.
Yeah. Hey, when he says like we overheated pulling into Chattanooga, so here's the deal. We overheated right at the entrance and just pulled off to the side and sat in a lawn chair and watched everybody else roll through. It was perfect. It was like the perfect parking spot.
It sounds like your car knew what you needed to do.
Yeah. It was like, oh, look right here. You just sit over there in the lawn chair.
It didn't break down on you or give up on you. It just set you up in a perfect location to enjoy the show. Yeah.
For sure.
That's John's positivity coming out. But do we want to talk about the what we discussed on the last show, or do we want to go right into Marketplace?
Marketplace
it is.
These are always so exciting. And I don't even send you guys half the cool ones I see. I send you the chocolate toilet.
Yes.
Oh, so I did send that. That was
yes.
How do you know when it's
There's
dirty?
no hiding that one.
I can't say this word without saying La Sabre now, thanks to Derek Bieri.
1975 Buick La Sabre, 25K. If you need any more description than F you.
There are packs of wild dogs roaming the United States.
I paraphrased, but that's what the guy was thinking. And now we go to the picture.
And here's why. Bam.
The chow. Look at the lips on them wheels.
And it's just the back wheels. There is a staggered stance to this.
Yeah. I've said it before. I'm not a big wheel guy. I'm not a big wheel car guy, but this car's nice. I would drive this car.
I would say I'm not a big wheel car guy, but I would be a wildly huge liar.
I keep on waiting for you to send me pictures of your big wheel car that you found and you decided to buy on a whim. And that's a good looking car.
Man, isn't it though? I just
And I'm not even a big
imagine
convertible fan, but I'm cool with this one.
I would roll that vert. It's so
Matching
pretty
steering
inside
wheel.
and out. I mean, it's
I
clean.
I don't care if this was everything was bone stock, motor trans, and everything. As long as it was dependable, this
Yeah.
car is worth the 25 grand.
For sure.
I think so.
I'd roll it as is. I might,
not sure
I might
about the,
change the steering wheel, but that's the only thing I can see here that I would change.
I like the steering wheel.
And I'd probably just put the top down and it would stay that way.
Does the steering wheel not match the wheels? Because I think it
It
does.
does. I'm just
Does.
afraid I'm gonna get my finger caught in it.
Keep your fingers out of it, son.
It looks. Man, I can't. I get.
You get that panic. Get it out. Yeah, that's a solid car. It's probably the nicest car we've had on the show.
Solid. Yeah, that is for sure by and far the nicest car.
I had to pull that one up just for John.
Hold on,
I
I got a
love it.
question. This
Question?
car and $2.2 million or the Mad Cad?
This car and $1 million.
This car.
That's that Mad Cad.
Yeah.
All right.
Fro's shaking his head right now like, you idiots. You guys
I'm
Oh no,
sorry.
I'm good with it. I'm good with it.
Ooh, gotta love a love. 1975 Chevy Love, 13.5. You don't see these around much, let alone something like this. Aluminum Gen 453 V8, LSA supercharger, TFS heads, trick flow for all you lamos, SS2 cam, Holly Terminator X ECU, T56 trans with upgraded clutch. Still has stock rear and holding on for dear life. This full dual exhaust is fairly quiet. This has some sweet patina, being sun-kissed and some minor rust spots.
Love that. Sun-kissed.
A sun-kissed. Around 500 wheel horsepower. How do you screw up bad enough to have a 5.3 and an LSA supercharger and 500 wheel horsepower?
And
Feels
trick flow
like
heads.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got trick flow heads. You got the package to be north of that, right?
I would think so.
It's a handful and a blast to drive. Really don't want to sell it. Why you got listed then? But I've got something else in mind. Only trade I'd consider maybe is a fish house and cash. What the hell is a fish house?
Obviously, you're not a golfer.
A fish house.
Big
So-
Lebowski reference.
So this car is located just south of the Great White North.
Yeah, so he needs a fish house so that he can go sit on the ice and fish through the ice. Yeah. The cold hole.
But he wants
Yeah.
a nice one that's heated and
Yeah, he's gonna want a pretty nice fish
you know,
house. for 13.5.
insulated.
Yeah,
Got a toilet
mean,
in there. Maybe a taco.
not
toilet.
just like a canvas door and stuff. It's gonna be like a legit fish house.
It's gotta be nice.
I mean, maybe a guy goes and looks for a fish house, and then you buy the fish house, and then try to trade him for this Chevy Love. See if you can pull it off. That'd be a gamble, but it'd be cool. Cool.
Gamble.
There it is.
I know nothing
How-
about fish houses.
How
I
sweet
like,
it is. I don't either.
yeah, I like this deal.
Yeah,
It's very unsuspecting.
super unsuspecting, and then ka-chow. But like
then
you
you
pull
got-
up next to that, and you're like, "Oh, that sounds weird for a Chevy Love." Turns out it sounds like supercharged 5.3.
What exhaust do you put on this thing? That's my question.
Long tubes and see-through mufflers.
Yeah, for sure.
Bullets. See-through bullets.
You got the Pontiac Sunfire seats going on in there. Shifter moved all the way back.
I dig it.
with a big oak shovel.
I probably wouldn't do much of this other than
I
figure out
gotta
why it's only making 500 horse, number one.
tune it because man, that's disappointing. Two,
Move
I'd
the-
move that fuel cell back so that we got a little weight behind the wheels. Fuel cell battery, this
I would
cooler
do a
box,
mini tub
all that
and
stuff
a
needs to go back.
yeah. I'd do a mini tub and a 9-inch or an 8/8 and put some
Yeah,
small tires on there.
yeah, and the wheels are. I love how unsuspecting it is, but man, come on, let's put some wheels on this deal. Even just a good set of Steelies.
I don't know. I'm into really cheap wheels like these Jegs or Summit wheels.
Yeah,
Those BMS wheels. They're really light and they're cheap.
the
And they seem
Boner
to be-
poverty caps are.
They seem to be pretty okay.
Yeah,
Stock you're in, hanging on for dear life.
dear life, for dear life.
That's awesome.
Maybe
So is it
trade
worth
that wheel for a
13.5?
fish house. Do what?
So is it worth 13.5?
It's worth a fish house.
Fish house with a wraparound porch.
Yeah, I mean a nice fish house.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, he's for sure in the north. I like it.
I
like
believe
it a lot.
this was North Dakota.
North.
I
Dakota.
feel like I would give close to his asking price.
Yeah, I think
Ish.
it's probably worth it.
For people like
Okay.
us, yeah.
Yeah,
Because that'd be a pretty sweet drag and drive vehicle. A couple little changes.
oh yeah. I don't think you'd have to change much. Tune
Yeah.
it, wheels and tires, rear end,
Yep.
the end.
Yeah. No, agreed. Yeah. Just things we talked about.
2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee, 8,000 bones, straight six Jeep, 5-speed manual transmission, American Farmer tires, air shocks, Bimini top. This is going south. Back platform, good brakes, worn hubs, hydraulic steering, axles were just gone through. Selling for my dad, who's a super king of the rednecks, 10K OBO.
Hold on. Before
Or
you
just
change
the 8K. Wait a minute, is it 8K? Because I'm going to offer him off of the lower number. I'm going to be OBO in that 8K, not
the
that
guy
10.
started at 10 and dropped her to 8 is what happened.
Yeah.
But my question, I got a quick question. Why do you have to add that you're selling for your dad? What the crap does
Yeah.
that matter?
I don't care who your dad is. I just
Yeah.
want to know why you have a Bimini top on a Grand Cherokee.
It's like,
And what's
Fro-
the platform for? It's got
Fro
a
read me
platform?
this.
Is
Fro
the
read this to
platform
me.
got a stripper pole on it, or does it have like some chairs that a guy sits on to fish? Like, what kind of platform is this?
Show him the picture.
We got to know. Inquiring minds. What in redneck heaven?
I don't like it.
So this
I don't even understand. I'm so confused.
I'm a big swamp buggy fan, believe it or not. Spend enough time in Florida for work. I dig
Yeah.
me a good swamp buggy.
Is that what this is?
This is
Yeah.
like big
Like a
tires.
floater
For,
buggy.
no, but these are like big tires for a four-wheel. No, not really. But these
Well,
are not
and-
swamp buggy height, tall tires.
They are.
They're short.
well, and what throws you off is this next picture. Not this one. I take that back. I'm wrong.
Yeah.
The picture to the left is that a goat or a dog?
That's what I'm saying. Those are little tires.
That's
For
a
what it's
healer.
supposed to be.
Yeah,
That's a
for
healer.
sure.
So that's not a big dog.
No.
It's a mix. It's a mutt.
Yeah, those are like a 36-inch tire.
Probably, if that.
Yeah, then that's fine. But for a swamp buggy, that's very short.
Well,
For a
yeah,
swamp
but
buggy,
damn,
that is
we'd have to put some bigger axles so we get some width, and
So-
then a much taller tire to call it a legit swamp.
Yeah,
buggy.
my thing is
that's more like a $6,000 swamp buggy,
Is
not
it-
an $8,000 swamp buggy.
what kind of terrain are you going where you need this or this would be awesome?
Yeah. No.
I don't know. I'm sure it's awesome
Is
for
it
something.
still titled as a Jeep Cherokee?
It would seem so, yes.
I bet you this deal's not street legal.
That'd be nuttier
Oh,
than squirrel
there's
crap.
no reason to have a title.
You ain't gonna take that to the DMV and be like, oh, I need to get some tags for my Jeep Cherokee.
Hey, the
Oh,
seats
let
are
me
nice.
just check the VIN real quick. Oh, that's right here. This area.
Seats are nice.
Yeah, it's well put together.
Yeah, it looks solid.
Yeah.
The pontoon boat top, a little tall, but whatever. You can stand up under there, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
I
good
think
not
that
owning
is,
it.
I'm good not owning it. Yeah. I'm sure it's worth $8,000 to somebody, whoever has the area
yeah.
that would need something like that. But
Yeah.
I don't.
I have no desire to own a swamp buggy because all the holes around here are bottomless.
Ooh. Yuck.
There goes
Yes.
the show again.
Ah,
All right, so on the last
why
show,
do you make me say bad things?
Good
so
job,
on the
Fro.
last show, we discussed the marketplace build. Have you guys elaborated on that any, or are we going to save that for a future time?
I mean, we can touch on it because we've kind of we've talked a little bit about it, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to get, if we can, maybe get some input on this deal, maybe ask some questions. But basically, the gist of the deal is, last time we said you can't use anything you have already. You have to buy everything off of Marketplace. Well, we've decided we don't want to limit ourselves to just Marketplace. You know, if Facebook was sponsoring us, we would do that, but they're not, clearly. So
No, I haven't gotten a call from Meta yet.
Yeah, right. So no, we're obviously that's our go-to to find parts and stuff anyway. So we're going to use that's going to probably be our first stop every morning to check in Marketplace, see what's there. But like John, he's got a vehicle local to him that's not on Marketplace that he's probably going to try to get. Cool. We just got to be honest about budget, and we're going to cap that budget off at $5,000. Any parts, like if we have parts with us in the garage, just kind of what we're thinking. This isn't set in stone, but me and John both have a 5.3 in our garage right now. Now, if we decide to put a 5.3 in whatever we build, it wouldn't make any sense to get on Marketplace and buy another 5.3, right?
No.
So you can find 5.3s for $500 or $600. We find on Marketplace that goes
Pull it off the budget.
Yeah, pull it off the budget, and do it like that. So what we're thinking is, just because how many there are, how many are available, and parts, think about doing an S10 or Blazer. I think we decided S10 Blazer would be okay too, but I'd rather do a truck personally.
I was going to say the Blazer's naturally going to be heavier.
And I think John's original deal was let's build these deals. When they're finished, we do a drag race, we do an autocross type deal, and then we do a car show, maybe post the pictures up and do a poll and see what, let the people choose. And then after that,
I think what we need to let the people choose is, how do we pick a winner?
Yeah. Well, the events, the drag race and autocross, if you win both of those, you automatically win. The car show thing won't matter after that.
It's true.
But if you tie, 1-1 goes to the tiebreaker, which will be the car show.
I think the only rule we have technically set in stone right now is if you guys do move forward with this, you cannot start with a truck that is V8 swapped already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now a roller, no motor, no trans in it, but has got motor mounts and even some headers. Cool with that.
Yeah.
But if it's already stinking caged with a built rear end with a nice, then
For
Because, like,
$500,
like John pointed
I'll
out,
take it.
huh?
For $500, I'll take it.
Well, I mean, if that comes across, then maybe I have to buy it anyway. But you know, we want to kind of build our own deal. It would be throw this thing together. We don't want to buy something that's already done. That defeats the whole purpose. Because like we pointed out, we can find a pretty nice small block swapped S10 already for $4 to $5 grand. You know, and under the budget, and be a complete truck. And then all we do is just tune it up and get it running right or whatever and be done. Well, that's kind of no fun. Defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
So this is something that we're thinking about. We probably will be putting some questions out on Facebook.
Oh, we're going to do it. This is going to happen. It's just not right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all in agreement. We're kind of
You've seen these schedules we're up against.
Yeah.
We don't have anything planned for next year yet, but give us time.
Well, you might not.
With that being said, I already made the comment. If I find a good deal on a truck, I might pull the trigger on it. You know what I mean? Because we're doing this. It's going to happen. But if we don't, I'm going to buy a truck that I want to keep anyway, just in case.
That was the other thing is we were talking about, like, at the end, putting it on Marketplace and selling it. I think we're going to get further away from that before this is all said and done.
Yeah, there's a pretty good chance that this truck that we build is probably going to be my son's first truck. My middle son, my younger son. He's 14 now, so.
Ow. Somebody sharpened my knife.
All right. Well, John cut his finger, and Bo wants an S10, and I want to go cruise.
I want all kinds of stuff.
I want an S10 for sure.
Look under your seat. Everybody gets an S10.
Woo!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you and good night.
Oh, hey, you can't do that. Oh, see ya.
Everybody love everybody.